Have you ever noticed a shift in a guy's behavior when you're around? Something subtle but different, like his energy changes in a way you can't fully explain? It's not always something he says, but something you feel through his presence, his reactions, and the way he carries himself around you. The truth is, when a man is strongly attracted to you, especially on a physical level, his body often reacts before he has time to control it. These reactions are usually unconscious, which is why they can be so revealing. Even if he's trying to stay calm or act normal, his body language can quietly give away what he's really feeling. These signs are not always loud or obvious, but when you start paying attention, you'll begin to notice patterns that are hard to ignore. So if you've ever been curious about what his body language is really saying, here are some clear signs he may be strongly attracted to you. Now let's get into it. Sign 1. He adjusts his clothes. When a man is attracted to you, one of the first things that often changes is his awareness of how he looks. You may notice him adjusting his shirt, fixing his sleeves, straightening his posture, or even running his hands through his hair when you're around. This behavior is usually automatic. He's not necessarily thinking about it consciously, but your presence makes him want to present himself better. It's like his body is trying to make sure he looks his best without him even realizing it. You might also notice that he does this more when you first appear or when you get closer to him. That small shift shows that your presence has an immediate effect on him and that he cares about how he is perceived by you. Sign 2. His breathing changes. One of the more subtle signs, but also one of the most powerful, is a change in his breathing. When a man feels strong attraction, his body reacts physically, and his breathing can become slightly deeper, heavier, or faster. This isn't something he can easily control because it's a natural response to increased excitement. If you're close enough, you may notice it in the way his chest moves or how his voice sounds slightly different. In calmer moments, this change might be small, but in more intense situations, it can become more noticeable. It's one of those signs that often goes unnoticed, but once you're aware of it, it becomes easier to recognize. Sign 3. Honey, he fidgets with random objects. When a man is around someone he's strongly attracted to, he can experience a mix of excitement and nervous energy. One of the ways this shows up is through fidgeting. He might start playing with his phone, tapping his fingers, holding onto objects nearby, or adjusting things that don't really need adjusting. It may seem like a small or random behavior, but it often reflects what's happening internally. This kind of fidgeting is usually a sign that he's trying to manage his energy and stay composed. He wants to appear calm, but his body is reacting in a way that shows he's not entirely in control of how he feels in that moment. Sign 4. He blushes, even if he's normally confident. Blushing is one of the most genuine and uncontrollable signs of attraction. Even men who are usually confident and composed can show this reaction when they're around someone they're strongly drawn to. You might notice a slight change in his face, a warmth in his expression, or a moment where he seems a bit caught off guard. It doesn't have to be dramatic to be noticeable. This happens because attraction can create a sudden emotional response that the body reacts to instantly. And because it's not something that can easily be hidden, it often reveals more than words ever could. Sign 5. He lingers when saying goodbye. The way someone leaves can say a lot about how they feel. When a man is attracted to you, he often doesn't want the moment to end too quickly. You may notice that when it's time to say goodbye, he slows things down. He might pause, continue talking, or find small reasons to stay just a little longer. Even his body language may show hesitation, like he's not ready to walk away yet. This lingering behavior is a strong emotional signal. It shows that he enjoys being around you and wants to extend that time even if he doesn't say it directly. Sign 6. His voice changes. Another subtle but powerful sign is a shift in his voice. When a man is attracted to you, his tone can become slightly deeper, softer, or more controlled. He may speak more slowly, choose his words more carefully, or sound more focused when talking to you. This change happens because he's trying to connect, impress, and maintain your attention at the same time. You might also notice that his voice sounds different compared to how he talks to other people. And that difference often reveals that your presence affects him in a unique way. Conclusion: attraction is not always something that needs to be spoken out loud. In many cases, it shows itself through small physical reactions and behaviors that happen naturally and unconsciously. While one sign on its own may not mean much, when you start noticing several of these together, they begin to form a clear pattern, and that pattern often reveals what someone is truly feeling, even if they're not saying it directly. So if you've been picking up on these signs, chances are there's more behind his behavior than meets the eye. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever noticed any of these signs before? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this.